What do you do when you find that you are in these toxic relationships? Do you leave? Do you stay? Do you become aggressive as well? Hello, lovelies, and I call you lovely because no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, you are still lovely. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, which is all about mental health, awareness, and wellness. So, I am really hoping that you watched my last video, which was about signs of toxic relationships. And if you haven't, please go back. I have even given you permission to leave this video so that you can understand where we're coming from. So today I want to talk about now, what do you do when you find yourself in these relationships? Whenever you're in a toxic relationship, it actually affects you. You may pretend as if everything is fine. Oh, as long as he loves me and I love him or her, then things are good. But this is not the case. Toxic relationships usually affect our self-esteem. Constantly being brought down will surely affect your self-esteem. It leads to unhealthy boundaries, whereby if someone is not honoring your boundaries, then you may end up having unhealthy ones or no boundaries at all. The other thing is that it brings about trust issues. If someone is doing something that is untrustworthy, then you will never even trust them. The other thing is it also affects how you view the other person. If they are toxic and you constantly see the wrong side of them, then you'll never see anything positive about them. So that's why we are saying we have to do something about it. So what do we do? The first thing is to accept that you are in a toxic relationship, and that is why I said go and look at the signs that I gave you to be able to learn if you are in a toxic relationship. So you may be in one, but you are acting blind. Oh, I can't see. I can't see. You pretend as if things are okay just because there is love or there is money or they do nice things here and there. So you have to accept that you are in a toxic relationship so that you can be able to work on it. The other part is to be able to take responsibility. Please do not quote me and say that I am victim shaming, but it is very important to be aware that for there to be a toxic relationship, you have a part to play. You may be letting them step on you, so you have to take responsibility for this. What am I doing that is actually helping that toxicity to grow? So you can take a look at yourself. The next thing is to talk to that person. Talk to them. Most of the time they do these things. Some may not even be aware that they are doing this. They may even be doing something that they don't even know is wrong. So it is very important to tell someone. Don't pretend as if things are okay when they are not, or giving them a cold shoulder, or withdrawing from them, or stonewalling. Instead of talking, you have to talk, and you have to talk assertively. The next thing is to now set boundaries. You have to be clear about what you want to be done for and what you don't like the other person doing. You have to be clear about this. Be like, I do not like it when you come home late. I do not like it when you go through my phone. Such things, make them clear. And the other person, of course, has to be willing to follow that. If they are not, then there is a problem. The other thing is to now come together with this person to find a solution moving forward. You should be like, what are we now going to do differently so that our relationship may propel forward? For this, then there is something worth noting. It is not very easy for someone to be willing to change. So at this moment, you have to be ready. Things could go south. And again, these conversations can be very difficult. It is not always easy to tell someone that they have done something wrong. You may be anxious what is going to happen, what are they going to say. So be prepared for that. Like I said, the other person must be willing to change or to do something about it. So if they are not willing, it's fine as long as you did that part. The next thing is to now come up with a solution on how to be able to deal with problems. Because trust me, issues are going to arise and it is fine. It is part of a relationship. However, what are you going to do the next time it is happening? So you have to make it clear. I do not want you to maybe pick on me or to criticize me whenever I do wrong. You have to set clear ways on how you're going to deal with problems the next time they arise. The other thing is to seek help from an outsider. If this is not happening, if you have tried talking to this person, they're not seeing the problem or they are actually not changing, then consider getting help from outside. That's why we have therapists. We also have options of going to the administration. We have options of going to the family, to the in-laws, so that they can talk to this person, so that they can be talked to, so that they can maybe consider changing. And if this does not happen, unfortunately, it's time to leave. Remember that you do not always run away whenever there's a problem. You have to have gone through all these steps so that if they do not work, then you can be like, fine, I've done all I can and it's time to move, and you will have peace. The other thing that can actually lead to you leaving is when the person is abusive. Like I said in the last video, the person can be emotionally abusive, financially, verbally, physically. If they are abusive, then it is usually something that has gone overboard and very difficult for that person to change. Those are the ways on how to deal with toxic relationships. You deserve love. Love has to be something that makes you happy, makes you feel respected, honored, supported. And if you do not have this, remember first of all that you deserve it. Give it to yourself. And then be aware whenever those signs come up so that you can do something about it before it becomes too late. So I hope that you're going to apply that. If you have loved my video, please leave a like, comment on what you have learned, please share with your friends and subscribe if you haven't. Remember that this is not a therapy session. Please seek for help if you are having a hard time coping with a toxic relationship. Remember that mental health is for everyone. Until next time, bye bye guys.